Hello, time for a Man in Gray book review quick take. Today's book is The Origins of Everything in 100 Pages, More or Less by David Bercovici, published in 2016 by Yale University Press. It's 149 pages. David Bercovici is a physicist, geophysicist, and in this brief book, it's a 149-page book, he outlines the basic evolution of the Earth from the very beginning. He starts out with the development of the universe, the Big Bang, and how galaxies formed. He then deals with the evolution of stars and the elements that were cooked out of various stars. Why do we have iron and gold and heavy elements instead of just hydrogen and helium? And then he follows up with a chapter on the Earth's interior. He goes through the various layers of the Earth. Why does the Earth have a magnetic field? Why does it have a liquid inner core? And he especially goes through continental drift, the convection currents of the mantle below the surface that pull the continents around. And it turns out continental drift has a huge impact on the environment of the Earth, and it's one of the reasons why life is possible is because of continental drift. That's followed up by a chapter on the oceans, why the Earth has a large, the only planet with a large liquid water ocean, and why it has an oxygen atmosphere. What happened to cause oxygen to build up to about 20% of the atmosphere. Then there's a chapter on climate change and the effect that carbon deposits have had on climate change and the long-term effects that can have. And then finally, there's a chapter on the evolution of life. How did life get going? How do we know that life spontaneously evolved on Earth? And then the final chapters are about human evolution. How did humans evolve from primitive creatures to what we have today? And the beginning of agriculture, how humans morphed from hunter-gatherers to agricultural people that raised crops, and the human civilization that developed out of it. So it's a quick survey of all of the Earth from the Big Bang until the formation of humans. So, and it's written in a very, very accessible style. There's not a whole lot of math involved, although he does go into quite a bit of detail about continental drift and why it's so important and how it's affected our climate. So if you're interested at all in the Earth's history and the history of humans, this short book, again, it's only about 120 pages or so, covers many of the basic ideas of Earth. And so if you're interested in science at all, this is a good, accessible science book to tell you a lot about the Earth and its origins. The book is The Origin of Everything in 100 Pages, More or Less. The author is David Bercovici. This has been another Man in Gray book review. Thanks for watching.